Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Don't worry, I haven't canceled the toxic Overwatch videos. I just thought I'd make a video on this because I wanted to add my 2 cents on this topic. And who knows, maybe you might like my viewpoint and agree. And fair warning, things do get spicy in this video, so don't clutch your pearls too hard. Okay, let's get into it.
Last example.
Yes,
Sure.
please.
You're walking down the street with your chick. I come up to you, or forget me, 10 UFC guys come up to you. Your chance of winning is 0%.
Zero.
Okay, but they want to physically harm your female. It is your masculine duty and your imperative to at least attempt to protect her. Do you agree?
Okay, Andrew's scenario here is extreme, and he probably should have started off with a more reasonable one. But essentially, he's saying, XQC, 10 dudes walk up to you and your girl on the street and want to do harm to her. Do you have a responsibility to try and protect her, even against these unwinnable odds? All XQC needs to say is yes or no.
What? Bro, this isn't World of Warcraft. You don't AoE the mobs down, bro. Like, this isn't some fucking primitive, you're against a lion type shit, bro. It's an unwinnable fight. Nobody would take that fight. By the likeness, I would hope my girl knows.
Try.
We cannot win this fight. We must both run. And we both run.
Jesus, what a fucking pivot. Which I guess is an appropriate action considering his answer to Andrew's question. Yes, running is a reasonable thing to do, but all Andrew wants to know is if he has a responsibility to try. XQC's answer is reasonable, but it doesn't answer the question. If anything, his answer is saying, no, I don't have to protect my girl in this scenario. Plus, dude, you and your girl are not outrunning 10 guys. Point is, you have to go in there, fight that battle, probably lose, but at least your girl will get away. That's what he's trying to get at.
No, okay, yeah, but let's say they're about to drag the woman into a bush and have their way with her, unless you at least attempt.
Yo, indeed, Aiden. Andrew loves his extreme scenarios, and he's going to keep this up for the rest of the video, so just be prepared for that, guys.
To protect her. Do you feel like you have a masculine duty, even in the face of unwinnable odds, to at least attempt to protect her? Yes or no?
Okay, here we are again. Yes or no, El Goblino? Come on, you can do it.
Bro, you made fun of me for my scenarios. What is this scenario of some obscure fucking like hentai shit, man? What the fuck am what are we talking about here, man?
Fine, I'll change it then. If you want to pretend that that's not a very reasonable question, even though it is, I'll change
10 dudes are dragging the woman, well, in a bush, and you have to fight 1v9. Bro, you wouldn't even win that if you were fucking Naruto.
Nah, XQC, you gotta take the L here. Naruto would fold those 10 dudes even harder than you fold your hand when you play poker.
Man,
that's like, I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about your imperative. I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about, do you have a duty? Do you have a masculine duty to at least...
Where does that duty come from?
What do you mean, where does that duty come from? Literally from millions of years of evolution? Come on, dude. Everyone should know that. They taught that shit in middle school.
That both partners have to help each other in some way. You know,
both partners. Okay, so you need your chick to fight for you. I get it. Next question.
So what if you get jumped by 3 dudes, right? And you're getting absolutely boned, okay? And she has a gun, right? She cannot shoot because the woman do not fight. The woman cannot fight. She can't fight for you, right? But because you're such a lion, bro, right? Bro, come on. You're gonna 1v3 them, right?
That's not the point. If my female had a gun, I'd tell him to shoot every fucker. That's not what I'm saying. So
but now she fought for you. That's not male, bro. That's not fucking warrior mode. You let the fucking female fight for you? Come on, Andrew, you're better than that. Come on.
Okay, it's pretty obvious X is getting tilted here, but he does make a good counter argument. Except that his scenario has a big flaw. If your girl has a gun, you wouldn't have gotten jumped by 3 dudes in the first place. What a papega.
Change the question because you want to pretend my question is not very reasonable, even though it is. Because we're talking about masculine duty and authority and responsibilities. We're not. It's a hypothetical. So let me change it. You and your woman are asleep in bed upstairs. You hear someone break into the house downstairs. Who goes downstairs?
Nobody.
Okay, finally, we get a reasonable scenario. XQC answers with a reasonable response I agree with. In fact, this is the correct thing to do 9 out of 10 times. The peanut gallery is unjustly gonna roast X here in a minute for not going full papega like the rest of them. The only time you should leave your room to go and confront whoever is breaking in is if a loved one who can't defend themselves is in a room near the break-in. For example, if you live in a 2-story home and your bedroom is upstairs, but your kids are downstairs, where the break-in is happening, you better leave that fucking room ASAP Rocky, because your kid's life might be at stake. With all that said though, Felix is gonna make his stance on this topic pretty clear from now on.
Tripping. XQ, you tripping. Hold on. XQ, so you're not going down there?
Nobody's going down there.
So what if they come upstairs?
Bro, you gotta protect.
Bro,
I'll keep it a $1.50
Protect?
real quick. No,
Protect?
real quick. I'll keep it a $1.50.
No. My job is to survive, not protect. My job is to survive. And sometimes that means to go down there, the guy's a gun. It doesn't matter.
That's
what
not
the
very
fuck I do.
courageous of you, bro.
We are both going down by doing the smart thing, the analytical thing, the strategic thing. We can both survive. If I go down, not only am I jeopardizing myself, I am jeopardizing both of us by not being smart and a leader in that regard. We are even more in danger if I go down than if I not go down.
You're hiding though. You're hiding.
So?
Like, you gotta try to protect your girl.
The dude saying, "You gotta protect your girl," is named Poyos, and he's definitely tripping here. Your girl is not in danger right away just because someone breaks in. He should call himself El Pollo Loco, because he's talking crazy. This is pure macho talk with no thinking at all, which is dangerous in a situation like that. This is when XQC's logic is sound. Unfortunately, after this, XQC loses me and he starts saying some goofy ass shit.
If someone breaks into my house, I'm
my
meeting
job
them.
is
I'm
to
meeting them down there.
survive.
If you don't believe you have any kind of intrinsic masculine duty to at least attempt to protect your female, then that explains why we disagree on every single point.
Yes,
Because
I'm gonna give you forward for that. I even have a even higher duty to not protect her, to not even protect myself. I have a duty to fucking survive.
you're upstairs. No, it's not. I'm changing the question because your answers are stupid. So I'm doing you a favor.
His answer isn't stupid. It's just not the one you want to hear. Isn't that right, Mr. Taint?
Bro,
Your answer is stupid, bro, because everyone knows that you have a duty to protect your woman, and you're pretending you don't.
I don't agree. I don't, not even a little bit, bro.
Well, then perhaps you are a coward.
And here comes Trainwreck with his completely wrong take on this whole debate between XQC and Tate.
You're both agreeing with each other. You're just arguing whose tactic is better, which is irrelevant to the argument. Both of you have the instinct to protect your woman, and the woman has the instinct to protect the man. Your tactics are just different.
Shut the fuck up, Train. They are not agreeing. You're in the call with them, and you can't see that?
Done.
Point I'm trying to make is that if somebody in this hypothetical, if somebody has to deal with the threat and engage, if someone did, between you and your female partner, who would be the person who decides to deal with the threat? You or the girl?
What if I have a gun, I go to the back and I make her, I'll go open the door and I blast them. Now we both.
Good. So you went. Good, fine. That answers the question.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. XQC gave a solid answer, insinuating that he would go down and handle business like a G in a situation where he has to confront them. We can all go home.
And I'm just trying to.
Actually, reverse. Actually, I'm pretty bad at shooting. Let's say I open the door, then she shot. Am I still the man?
Why do you keep doing that? You give a definitive answer, then walk it back after Andrew said, in a situation where you have to go down and confront them. You, XQC, not you and your girl. You're giving me a headache.
I'm trying to make you understand. Am I still good now that I opened the door and then she shot? Or is that not good enough?
That's fine, but that's not the scenario I described. The scenario I'm describing are the fact that when push comes to shove and we end up in unfortunate situations, a man has a duty to protect his female. That's intrinsic. That's evolutionary. That's something we were hardwired with. It's something that society has always built into men until recent times. What you're saying now may be fine. If 30 years ago a dude said, I won't go downstairs and I'll tell my woman and we're just both going to hide here together, he would have been mocked forever.
Andrew is 100% correct here. You can try to argue against him on this point, but it's a futile effort. Men have been seen as the protectors and providers for a very long time. I'm talking since way back in the Unga Bunga times, okay? Modern society is slowly trying to teach men they don't have to be so macho, which is true, they don't have to. But at the same time, they also want to try and erase traits that they see as toxic masculinity. Try to be confident, and they call you arrogant. If you try to be assertive, they say you're mansplaining. If you try to have standards and boundaries, they call you misogynistic, shallow, and controlling. I've seen it way too often, and it's kind of sad, to be honest.
That's insanity. Somebody has to engage, and it's the man's job. Just like the men stay on the Titanic, the men go to fight. That's a man's imperative. And I don't care. Doesn't matter that I can fight. If I'm outnumbered 10-1 and they have machetes and I'm going to lose, fine. No one's going to rape my chick without me trying. That is my masculine imperative and my duty as a man. The point I'm trying to make is, so let me change the scenario. You're upstairs. You have an AR-15. 3 unarmed men break in. Between you and the chick, one of you has to take the gun and go down there and deal with all 3 of them. She's scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. They're downstairs. Go shoot them. Go shoot. Are you going to go?
Why is she scared? And you're not. Why only can she be scared? If she has better training than I do, if she's better shooter than I am, she's taking a gun, bro. I'm not. What?
You're in my brain. Am I talking Chinese?
If she is a better shooter, she's taking a gun.
You're gonna send your girl downstairs. I don't know, bro.
If she's a better shooter, you're damn right she's going there. Of course.
If XQC lost me before, now he has completely made me vanish. Literally 0 trace, okay? He snapped his fingers like fucking Thanos and I'm gone. This might be one of his hottest takes. You're willing to send your girlfriend, someone who you presumably really care about, love even, downstairs to fend off possibly multiple attackers while you do what? Sit upstairs and call the cops? 911, what's your emergency? Okay, sir, I need you to calm down. I can't understand what you're saying. Sir, I need your name and address. Sir, can you tell me what's happening? You're stealing my shit! Sir, please, calm down. Hello? Are you still there? Sir? Sir? Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
But how do you know she's a better shooter if you guys have never, like, let's say she never shot a gun before and you never shot a gun before? If
you have an R-15, you need to have the training that comes with it. Yes, you do have training. If you're Lions, yeah. You probably had the training before it. Yes.
Okay. Well then, so what we've learned from me asking this question is that you, and this is not an insult, I think you'd agree with me saying this, you have no intrinsic desire, no intrinsic duty or intrinsic innate responsibility to protect your female in any regard.
Correct. That is XQC's stance on this. Anyone with more than 2 brain cells should be able to see that by now.
As a man, XQC would take leadership of the situation and say, okay, I know you are a better shooter than I am. You practice 600 hours a week. I do not. Here's the gun. You are better than me. That takes confidence. Your outlook, Los Pollos, is insecure. If she has more gun training, if she has more gun training and she's confident, you make the leadership decision. That's your instinct. Make leadership decision.
No, but Train, how do you know she has more?
What the hell are you talking about?
How do you know? How do you know she has more gun training?
Downstairs to confront armed gunmen.
Man,
like, what are you talking about? How am I insecure? Because I want to protect my girl, bro.
I guess he doesn't have more than 2 brain cells. And I know I took a jab at Pollos Hermanos earlier, but he isn't insecure for wanting to protect his girl. Train needs to pull his head out of his ass. I wish someone would shove the driest Popeye's biscuit into Trainwreck's throat and then deprive him of water for this absolute bullshit he's spewing right now.
When the bear appears, you don't sit there and argue with your chick saying, well, you went to veterinary school, so you're better with bears, so maybe you can tickle the bear.
Yes, you do.
Fucking man. So what you're doing is this all goes full circle. It goes back to the very beginning of this conversation when I said, when I make points and in the internet, they try and find little fucking stupid little ways out and bullshit, et cetera, et cetera. I was trying to make a very, very simple meta point that as a man, you have a duty to protect your female. And now people are coming along saying, no, maybe you protect her better by hiding in the bathroom and sending her downstairs with a grenade. That is fucking stupid.
So in conclusion, I'd have to say I agree with Andrew's point of view here. XQC's ideas look good on paper, but from personal experience, I can tell you that home invasions happen very fast, within moments actually. And if you aren't running drills every day in preparation for a situation like that, you aren't going to have time to tactically analyze the situation and cook up a plan with your partner. You go off instinct. You will have even less time in the scenario with the aggressive bear standing in front of you. I do believe the responsibility falls on the man to protect their female partner. I know not everyone will agree with that, but to all the guys that are watching, ask yourselves, can you really live with the guilt of your girlfriend's blood on your hands for sending her out to fight multiple home invaders or a wild animal? Can you deal with telling her parents that you sent her out to confront the threat while you were hiding away? This is Beyonder signing off. See you all in the next video.